Today, I'm going to introduce you to a car that doesn't get as much attention as it deserves, but it certainly should. Let me present the Nissan 300ZX Z31, also known as the Fair Lady Z. This car represents a significant departure from Nissan's previous sports car lineup and marks a pivotal moment in their performance car legacy. Produced from 1984 to 1989, the Z31 brought forward several groundbreaking features that were ahead of their time, helping establish the 300ZX nameplate as a classic in the JDM scene. Today, you can still find one at an affordable price, making it a great option for those looking for an affordable classic sports car. To understand the significance of the Z31, it's important to appreciate the history of Nissan Z cars. The Z series started in the late 1960s with the introduction of the iconic 240Z, which became an instant hit in the sports car world. The Z cars were always known for offering a blend of performance, style, and affordability, making them a favorite among car enthusiasts. After the 240Z, Nissan introduced the 280ZX, a more refined and luxury-oriented version, which marked a shift in the series. However, it wasn't until the release of the 300ZX Z31 that Nissan returned to a performance-focused approach, combining modern technology with a fresh design. The Z31 was the first car in the Z family to be built on a new platform, a design that would serve as the foundation for future Z models. One of the most notable changes was the transition from the classic inline-six engine to a V6. While this shift was bold, it provided the car with more power and refinement, aligning it with the modern era of sports cars. Although the Z31 might not have gained the explosive popularity of its successor, the Z32, it remains a special model that holds a place in the hearts of many enthusiasts. The Z31 was available in two main body styles, the 2+0 and the 2+2. The 2+0 model is considered the more desirable of the two as it features a minimalist two-seat design, making it lighter and more focused on sportiness. On the other hand, the 2+2 variant offered rear seats, making it a more practical choice for those who needed extra space. However, the rear seats in the 2+2 model are notoriously cramped, and most owners agree that they are only useful for small children or additional cargo space rather than comfortable seating. The Z31's design is another standout feature, especially with its wedge-shaped body. The early models from 1984 to 1986 had a sharp, boxy design, which was quite divisive at the time, but has grown on many enthusiasts over the years. The lines were aggressive and futuristic. For 1987, Nissan introduced a facelift that smoothed out the sharp edges, adding more modern elements like integrated fog lights and a redesigned rear bumper. These updates made the later models look even sleeker and more aerodynamic, further solidifying the Z31 as a unique car in terms of design. When it comes to performance, the Z31 offered two main engine options, the naturally aspirated VG30E and the turbocharged VG30ET. The base VG30E engine was a 3.0-liter V6 that initially produced 160 horsepower, with a slight increase to 165 horsepower in 1988. While these figures might seem modest by today's standards, they provided ample power for the time, delivering an enjoyable driving experience. The real excitement came with the turbocharged VG30ET engine. This engine initially produced 200 horsepower, with a boost to 205 horsepower in mid-1987, thanks to an upgraded Garrett T25 turbocharger. In terms of acceleration, the turbocharged Z31 was impressive, able to hit 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 6.5 seconds, a competitive time for the mid-80s. While it may not compare to modern performance standards, the Z31 was a legitimate sports car in its heyday and could compete with much more expensive rivals from both Europe and America. The turbo models also featured advanced suspension systems, including electronically adjustable shocks that allowed drivers to switch between soft, normal, and firm settings. This was a feature ahead of its time and made the Z31 a standout in terms of comfort and handling. In addition, the turbo models featured special badging, rear spoilers, and other performance-oriented details that differentiated them from the naturally aspirated models. Just really quickly wanted to thank you all for hitting 3,000 subscribers. I truly appreciate the support. It means a lot. And if you haven't already, help us hit 5,000 by subscribing. Now, back to the video. In 1984, Nissan celebrated its 50th anniversary by releasing a special edition of the Z31, known as the 50th Anniversary Edition. This model stood out with its distinctive silver and black two-tone paint job, fender flares, and side skirts. It also came equipped with a unique body-sonic sound system, which literally vibrated the seats in response to the bass, creating an immersive audio experience. This was an innovative feature for its time, While the 50th anniversary edition was never a huge commercial success, it remains one of the rarest and most collectible versions of the Z31. If you happen to find one, it's definitely worth considering due to how rare it is. When considering a classic car like the Z31, maintenance is key to keeping it running smoothly. The VG30 engine is relatively reliable, and many owners report that these engines can last well over 200,000 miles. One major maintenance issue to watch out for is the timing belt. Since the VG30 is an interference engine, the timing belt needs to be replaced every 60,000 miles to avoid potentially catastrophic engine damage. Another common issue with the Z31 is rust, especially in certain regions where rust prevention wasn't as advanced as it is today. Key areas to check for rust include under the spare tire, above the muffler, and under the toolkit. Be prepared to spend some time and money on rust repairs if you're buying one. The Z31's transmission and differential are also important considerations when purchasing one. The base NA models came with a 5-speed manual transmission, which is generally reliable but not particularly refined. The turbo models, particularly from 1984 to 1986, were equipped with the Borg-Warner T5 transmission, which is known to be somewhat fragile. If you're planning to drive your Z31 aggressively, it's a good idea to look for a later turbo model, as these feature stronger transmissions. Regarding the differential, the early NA models came with an open 3.70:1 ratio, while the turbo models had a 3.545:1 open diff. From 1987 onwards, the turbo models were equipped with a viscous limited slip differential, which improved traction and provided a more consistent driving experience. The Z31 is one of the best affordable classic JDM sports cars you can buy today. You can find less desirable models for under $5,000, while the higher-end turbo versions generally range from $10,000 to $15,000. Considering the performance, styling, and the potential for modifications, this is a steal. With the VG30 engine's robust design, there are many examples of Z31s making 550 horsepower on stock internals and over 600 with forged internals. This shows that the engine has a lot of potential for tuning. For those looking to modify a car for performance or simply restore one to its original glory, the Z31 offers a solid platform. While the Nissan 300ZX Z31 might not have the same iconic status as its successors such as the Z32 or the original 240Z, it deserves far more recognition. With its unique design, solid performance, and strong reliability, the Z31 stands as an underrated gem in the world of JDM sports cars. Whether you're looking for a project car or just a fun ride, the Z31 offers a lot for the price, making it a great choice for classic car enthusiasts. If you're interested in owning a piece of Nissan's history, the Z31 is a car that can provide years of enjoyment. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to subscribe for more content on underrated classic cars. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Would you choose a Z31 over a Z32, or do you think the 280ZX is the real hidden gem? Thanks for watching.